1,000 laughs over a weekend as swell. Vail Comedy Festival. Pet an alpaca or hike a trail. Memorial Day.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Live from Vail Comedy Festival. This is a special episode for a couple reasons. One, it's a couple weeks after the festival, so we're doing this over the internet. And two, instead of a comedian, we have out-of-state pass holder, Janelle Williams, with us today. And just creeping into the frame, we have an adorable cat as well. Great timing. We planned that. Terrific. Janella is in Kansas. Is it Lawrence, Kansas?
Lawrence. Yep, Lawrence, Kansas.
Lawrence, Kansas.
Rock Chalk.
Jayhawk. Is that right?
Yes.
Did I say that right? No, I think
exactly. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Yep.
That one. I think I said Rock Hawk, but
yeah.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, you. All right. So Lawrence, Kansas, all the way from Kansas to little tiny Vail. Let's start with, how did you hear about the festival?
Well, I follow you on Twitter and Instagram, and you spoke to a women's group that I belong to over the pandemic over Zoom. So then I started following you, and then that's how I found out about Vail Comedy Festival.
Well, that's my favorite way to hear about that. It's the Mark Masters on Twitter. I'm actually not on Instagram, so you might be following Vail Comedy Show or Vail Comedy Festival. Everybody,
okay.
Follow that. So
sorry,
that's great.
I it's for sure Twitter, but I think there are a bunch of other comedians on Instagram that I started following.
Nice. Well, that's terrific. That's outstanding. So you heard about the festival. You know that it's every Memorial Day weekend. And this is our second year. Was this your first year or second year at the festival?
First year. First year.
Okay. Awesome. So you hear about the festival, you get your passes online, you buy them, not the physical ones yet. We'll get into that in a second. And then you got to get to Vail, Colorado. That's a far away from Lawrence, Kansas. How did you?
It's about 9.5 hour drive.
9.5. All right, we're driving.
Yeah.
We're driving. Cool. Did you do it in one day?
The first on the way out there, we did it in 2 days because I went with a friend of mine, and both her mom and my mom live in the same town. So we stayed at our mom's house halfway there, and then we drove the rest of the way there on Friday.
That's awesome. That's
and
great.
Then we did come back all in one trip though.
Wow. Fueled with laughter, I'm sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's
that and satellite radio too.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So you get all the way 9.5 hours or a little less on that Friday. You roll into town. Where did you stay in or around Vail?
The Grand Hyatt.
Grand Hyatt. Yeah. What a beautiful property. That's a cool place. What do you think of it?
It's one of the nicest hotels I've ever stayed in. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, well, that's lovely. They'll like to hear that. Yeah. Grand Hyatt Vail, right on the Gore Creek, right? Did you walk around the property at all?
Well, when we weren't down walking around into the two villages of Vail, we were I was sleeping, so I didn't spend too much time in the hotel room itself.
Yeah. Best hotel room I've ever stayed in. That the
hotel room was great, you know, but we spent a lot of time outside our hotel.
That's good. Well, that means the festival was doing its job. If it was drawing you out, and Vail was doing its job if it was drawing you out into the villages.
It's gorgeous.
And shows. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So all the pass holders get a physical pass on a lanyard. How did you track yours down?
It was the first show I went to. I just told the door person my name and my friend's name, and then that he gave us our lanyards.
Your lanyard, your credentials, your passes, your badges, whatever you want to call them. Cool. And then you had them the rest of the festival. You can get in and out of any event. Do you remember what that first event was?
It was what was the name of the bar? It was in a hotel.
Frost Bar, maybe?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
The same place where the last show on Sunday night was?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes,
all right, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was our first time ever in that venue. What do you think of that venue?
I liked it.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
That's a good one. All right. So you're starting to see comedy. Are you laughing, or is it funny? Like, what? You take us through the experience.
Well, I feel like everyone was funny, and we had a fun time. We kind of sat up front, which I've never done before. So at a comedy show, sat that far up front, and I kind of enjoyed getting picked on a little bit. It was kind of fun.
You were part of the show.
A little bit,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool. Any comedians stand out that you're excited to see become superstars in the future?
Yes. So, and I follow her on Instagram now. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Bonham.
Yes.
Yeah.
She, by far, hands down, was Stacy's and my favorite comedian.
That is awesome. She'll love to hear that. We'll make sure that word gets back to her. She's the best. She's great.
We really enjoyed, now I'm looking at a list, Mike Hammock too.
Oh yeah, Mike Hammock from Colorado Springs, local Colorado guy, just released a comedy album.
Oh really?
You should go get it.
Okay.
It's I forget what it's called. I don't know what it's called. I wish I could so I could plug it for him. But Mike Hammock's comedy album just came out on all platforms. Go check it out. It was recorded live at Comedy Works in Denver, Colorado, just a couple weeks before the comedy festival. So, yeah.
Do you want any more?
Sure. Yeah. Let's shout out some more. We love.
Peter Wong was really funny.
Oh, so good. Oh my goodness. He did a joke on that last show at Frost Bar on Sunday night.
Yes.
I'm so jealous of. It's just one of those jokes that it was one of the best in the entire festival. He's so funny, really talented guy.
Yeah. And then you had a magician who, like, I think of magicians, I think of like little kids, you know, but he was really good.
You went to the Sunday show, the magic show?
Yes.
How describe that magic show to people? Because a lot of people are like, I'm at a comedy festival, I'm not going to a magic show.
Yeah, no, that was my thinking at first, but there was a open mic right after that, so we didn't really want to go somewhere and come back, so we just stayed for it, and I'm glad we did, because he was funny, and he wasn't he was clean, so he wasn't, kids could be there, but I feel like it was entertaining enough for adults as well, and pretty amazing. Like I want to know how he did that stuff, but of course. Magicians never tell their secrets, right?
Right. So, exactly. Well, you can come back next year. We'll probably have him back in. That's Travis Nye, everybody. You can check out his 2022 episode live from Vail Comedy Festival. We recorded one last year. He's a staple of the Vail Comedy Festival. He's the best. Did a great job at the magic show and really blew some minds, especially from comedians. Traditionally comedians.
Yeah, they were the loudest ones. They were in the back of the room and they were the loudest ones. It's like, no way. And, how do you do that? That was great.
It's so funny. Yeah. So did you go to the open mic afterwards? Was that something you wanted to check out?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
I think we did almost everything. Like we went to a taping of a podcast.
Okay. Let's talk about that for a little bit. We'll get back to the open mic.
Actually, I got this jacket there.
Oh yeah, I thought I recognized that 10th Mountain Whiskey.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I love that jacket. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Don't need it right now because it's like 100 degrees out, but haven't put my winter stuff away. But anyway, that was fun and great whiskey. Brought a bottle home.
Nice. Oh, all right. 10th Mountain Whiskey.
Yeah.
Everybody check them out. Local to the Vail Valley. Tell us about the podcast experience.
It was really interesting. It just like just comedians sitting around talking like they were in their own living room or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was fun.
Nice.
You feel like you're kind of eavesdropping on something.
Yeah. Most of the episodes are on YouTube now, and they'll all be on YouTube pretty soon. Hippie Not Hippie podcast is the name of the podcast, and you can look for the episodes around June 2023, which will have the ones that were taped live at the Vail Comedy Festival. Do you remember which comics they were interviewing?
Okay.
Do you remember what day it was?
I'm going to go back to my list. I think this was
boy
Saturday.
And a girl?
So Justin Chafin, I think, was one.
Oh, yeah. With, who is he paired with?
AJ Finney?
Well, AJ Finney and Zach Moss are the hosts. Maybe Bailey Pope?
It was a woman. She was fairly young.
Britt Miggs, maybe?
No,
we'll figure it out.
The pictures are kind of small, but I couldn't on the website.
Yeah, Justin Chafin's enough for people to find that episode. Yeah. You can hear Janella's laughs in the background, apparently, in that episode. All right, so let's go back.
Because we were way back in the back. I was drinking this moonshine drink. I'd never had moonshine before, so.
Oh, that's hilarious. And it's like, was that an 11 a.m. or was it a 1 p.m.? Do you know?
1.
1. Okay. Yeah. All right. 1 in the afternoon. It's whiskey time in Vail, Colorado.
Sure.
Nice. having a good time at the Vail Comedy Festival every Memorial Day weekend. For those of you tuning in who haven't been, Vail.Comedy.Festival.com for those passes. All right, let's talk about the Show Up Showcase. That's what we call the open mic, the Show Up Showcase. Did you go to just one, or did you go every single day? Because we haven't.
No, we just went to one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you went on Sunday, from what I heard, was the best one. So you got the best.
That was okay. It was really good. I'm like, are that many people just funny? I mean, I feel like everybody in the world can sing except for me.
Right.
So I feel like, oh, everybody's funny except for me. Okay. All right.
Did anybody stand out at the open mic, or to just tell it, like, explain what that's like? How is it different from a comedy show?
Well, I mean, these are folks who they're not established yet. I mean, you can tell because the other comedians have their repertoire. They have their thing that they go to, and they're just more polished. But I like seeing the rough edges, and I thought it was funny.
Good, cool. All right. Well, you had a good time. So a lot of diversity of events: magic shows, open mics, or show up showcases, podcast tapings, traditional comedy shows.
Yeah, and then we went to all of the evening comedy shows. So
Okay.
the two on Friday, the two on Saturday, and then you just had one on Sunday.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Did you have a favorite show?
Probably the Sunday night one, just because Leah killed it.
Yeah, Leah's so funny. She's incredible. Everybody check her out. Leah Bonnema, Bonnema. Super funny. If you look right now, you can see her on the VailComedyFestival.com website, but pretty soon we'll probably switch over to 2024 and get some new fun faces. Any other comics that you're excited to see in the future? You mentioned Mike Hammock.
Yeah, I thought they were all good. Like, there wasn't one that I didn't like, or that didn't, because I like different kinds of comedy. Mm-hmm. I like people who are kind of dry and dry comedy, kind of wry, that I like. But I also like people who are just outright funny. So I kind of like it all. I like people's different styles.
Nice. That's awesome. So did you get to see the same comedians on multiple shows?
Yes.
Okay. And did they do different jokes, or were you seeing the same joke? Okay. All right.
I think there was only just a few times where, like, I had heard that joke at another show, like the previous day or something.
Okay.
But I mean, if they're doing multiple shows a day, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, most comics were doing anywhere from 2 to 5 shows throughout the festival. So
I mean, if you go to most of them, you're bound to hear a joke or two.
Yeah, we tried this year. We tried to avoid that this year. We told the comedians, please don't repeat material. A lot of the audience members are the same. And from what I've heard, it was mostly successful. Yes, last year we did have a couple of people do basically the same sets multiple times.
Yeah.
And the people
I wouldn't say it was that. Okay. It was even a different lead in. Like they had their little story lead in.
Yep.
So sometimes the story lead in was different, but maybe the punchline or whatever was the same. But I can only think of twice that it happened. Okay. And for a whole 3-day festival, I would never complain about that.
That's awesome. That's great. Did you get any good food in Vail while you were there?
Yeah, we ate at a pizza restaurant.
Vendettas?
No, it doesn't sound familiar. So it was like when you go down the stairs from the bus stop.
Yep. Take a right.
And you can either continue to more that center thing, or there's a First Street. We went to that First Street.
Yeah, that is called. I'm not going to remember it, and they don't sponsor the festival, so that's okay. I can't. It's right across. Oh, did you just say Pazos? It's Pazos. Pazos.
Yeah. Well, they should foster.
They should sponsor the yeah. But no, I'm happy to shout them out. They're great. Pazzo is really delicious. I love they have some Hawaiian pizza thing, which controversially I like, and it's really good. Ray J's, maybe.
Yes, because it has pineapple on it.
Yeah, exactly. Some people don't like that. I think pineapple's great. Everybody, pineapple's good anywhere.
I like pineapple. I don't judge anybody for eating pineapple. I just don't want it on my pizza. That's all.
Okay. All right. See, we disagree there. Okay. That's fine. We can disagree. Let's see. So you had some great pizza at Pazos. Yes. That's nice. That's cool.
And then we ate at a Mexican restaurant that overlooked that kind of creek that ran down the center.
That's a little newer. I've eaten there, and I don't know the name of it. I'm not going to be able
Yeah.
to remember it. It's kind of kitty corner to Mountain Standard. If anybody's looking at like Google Maps, it's right behind a candy store that I won't name because it's not Rocket Fizz, which is a sponsor
Oh, okay.
of the Vail Comedy Festival.
See, where else did we eat? I feel like we ate a lot of good food. We ate once in our hotel that first, because we had just gotten there. We were hungry, and so we ate there.
Mm-hmm.
Good food. We had a little charcuterie tray. We ate at that Frost bar.
Nice.
What else?
That's pretty good sampling for everybody.
Yeah.
How about any other places you got beverages other than 10th Mountain?
No, because we'd have them at the bar because all these places had bars open, so we had beverages there. But yeah, I totally loved that place. Nice. I loved the vibe of it. Good whiskey. So
cool. Shout out to Tom. Thanks for serving all our pass holders well.
And thanks for the shirt. I love that's my favorite sweatshirt now.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Okay. Second cheat.
You should go. Can you go fix it so the guy is visible again? Because the first half of the episode, there you go. Yeah, perfect. It's good. It's good free advertising for 10th Mountain whiskey. That's so cool. Okay. Anything you would improve about the festival?
I feel like the only venue that didn't quite work was the venue that was in the t-shirt place.
The sweatshirt shop. Yeah, very polarizing venue. Aviator Nation, shout out to them. Great partner. Some people love that venue. Some people dislike that venue. Okay. I will say in 2022, that was probably the best venue.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a background and that picture is from that venue. And what's even crazier is in 2022, the audience stood the entire show. There were no chairs.
Okay.
So somehow we added chairs and the venue got worse.
Okay.
Which I can't quite figure out. But we have some really cool plans. We did a whole survey thing and then some phone conversations, follow-ups. And so we'll probably be back with them again next year. And we have 2 significant changes.
And it'd be nice if they offer beverages. So you could buy, there was water there, but it'd be nice if you could buy a drink if you wanted one.
That would be a third idea. We did have, we're getting into the weeds, but last year there was kind of a beverage situation and we could probably make something happen next year. We'll see about that.
There was a comedy thread that ran through almost all the comedians that showcased there. And there was this mannequin off to the side. And when all the lights are down, it just looked like somebody just standing there. And I think almost every comedian made a joke about that.
Right. So, those mannequins are wild. They're all over the place in that store. Aviator Nation, check them out if you want a very nice sweatshirt.
Oh yeah, the clothes were super cute. But
cool. All right. Anything you especially enjoyed about the Vail Comedy Festival in 2023?
I just enjoyed the town. I've never been to Vail before, and so it was great. It was a great experience. I love Vail. Like I said, I loved all the comedians. I feel bad for not just going through the list and naming them all, because they were all really good. There wasn't one that I would say just sucked.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't say that anyway. I'm not the kind of person that calls.
You're from Kansas. You're Midwest. You're nice. I will say one small complaint: no comedians from Kansas this year. We got to work on that. Kansas, if you're out there, November 1st, the submissions open for comedians. Apply. There's got to be a city in Kansas. What's in Kansas? Is there a big comedy club out there?
In Lawrence, there's a bar that does comedy night, but I've never been to it. I don't know how good it is, but Kansas City has a couple, 2 or 3 comedy clubs there. So.
We had some Midwest this year. We had a Chicago, we had a Milwaukee. So we had people kind of in your neighborhood, but not Kansas specifically. Okay. Well, this has been a great conversation. Another episode of Live from Vail Comedy Festival with a pass holder out of state from Kansas, drove 9.5 hours on the way home. And I really enjoyed this episode. I can't necessarily say the same about the cat. The cat seems to have slept through the entire thing. Not real interested. Oh, there's a second bonus cat, everybody, sneaking in. All right. So, Janelle, are you going to be back in 2024 to the Vail Comedy Festival?
Definitely. And my
we
friends,
love to hear that.
yeah, my friend Stacy and I are gonna bring our significant others. So
we're gonna expand. We're growing.
Yeah.
We're building this thing, everybody. We're building it from the ground up.
It was
So
it was
cool.
hilarious. It was unique and so much fun.
Good. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, everybody, one last time. Vail Comedy Festival is every Memorial Day weekend. You can get information at Vail.Comedy.Festival.com. November 1st, submissions open for comedians. January 1st, passes go on sale. They're cheapest in the beginning. They go up in price over time. So keep that in mind, Janella. January 1st, set a reminder. And thank you for your time today, Janella. Everybody else, check out other episodes of Live from Vail Comedy Festival. Thanks for tuning in. You want to say anything else at the end here?
No, thank you very much for just putting on a great show. I mean, it had to been so much work.
It was a
So
small amount of work.
congratulations to you.
Oh, that's so nice of you. All right, we'll see you guys.